Chapter 2. What happened with the fire was this. We made a mess, and we got caught. The night the whole muddle started, Daddy and Carly were having a familiar argument. As I waited in my bedroom for Dottie, Glenn, and Bud to show up, I listened to them talk. Our house was small. Their bedroom was off the kitchen, and my bedroom was kitty-corner to theirs, so I heard most everything pretty easy. The problem was, Daddy hated going anywhere, but Carly loved to travel. She and Patty went on a yearly trip up the coast, but she wanted Daddy to take us somewhere as a family. Daddy said, "Why do you want us to go somewhere else? Most folks want to come somewhere like this." "Because we do the same damn things every day. Get up, eat, work, eat, sleep, and get up. Let's do something we've never done. Go somewhere we've never been." "I don't do the same damn thing every day," Daddy said. "You're right. You wear a different shirt on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Look, honey, we don't have to do anything expensive, and I've saved some tips. I got to paint the house. I got to paint Ma's house. I got to get in the wood. This is a bad time. We can do it next summer, I promise. We'll make it work somehow." "Oh, Lehman, it's always going to be a bad time. You'll always be busy. Let's just do it, honey." The sharp knock on my bedroom wall made me jump. I waited a few seconds to see if my parents had heard it. But they talked over it, so I slid up the window screen and dropped 4 feet to the ground. Glenn, the tallest of us so far, reached up and pulled down the screen to keep out the mosquitoes. "Let's go," Bud said. We took off up a worn path close to my house that led to the woods. At the edge of the woods, we scrambled over the cheeks, one big white boulder that was cracked down the middle. Bud switched on a flashlight, and we followed him. I was in back of him, Dottie was behind me, and Glenn brought up the rear. The 4 of us were 12, though Bud would turn 13 in November. Brought up cheek by jowl in houses that hunkered down on granite ledge, our families had fished from the point for generations. We knew each other well, but during that summer of 1963, tempers flared, people stomped off, and eyes darted like minnows trying to avoid becoming lunch. Small bumps took up space on Dottie's wide chest, while Glenn's bathing trunks sported a lump in the front. A smattering of brown hairs made themselves to home over Bud's upper lip. Nothing appeared to be changing on me, but I felt as strange as the rest. The motley crew we made that night sneaked behind the wobbly beam of a flashlight through the state park's woods, along its walking paths. On summer days, the park swarmed with families eating lunches at picnic tables, playing in the little playground, and hiking the paths. I had never been here at night, and it was creepy. The ghosts of those who had been there that day brushed against the hairs on my arms, and I crossed them over my chest to keep out dark thoughts. Glenn's sneakers creaked like old hinges, and one of my ankle bones snapped. When something blacker than the night flashed across the path right in front of Bud, he stopped dead. Dottie bumped into me so hard I pushed him down. He thrashed around underneath me as I struggled to get up. Glenn finally grabbed me and set me on the path while Bud righted himself and brushed dirt off his shirt and shorts. "Get back a little ways, for Christ's sake," he said to me. "Don't stop so fast," I said. "Don't stand so close." "Thought I was fighting a friggin' skeleton," I said. "You gotta eat more." Dottie moved between her and Glenn. "Now you both got cushion," she said. We went on, and a short time later, Bud's flashlight picked out a path almost hidden by brush placed there by the park rangers to separate it from the park. This path led to the big private summer cottages. We'd traveled this path during winter days when the park was quiet and the cottages were boarded up, but that summer night was a first for us. We'd planned a simple firecracker raid. Get in near some cottages, light off the firecrackers, run like hell. The firecracker raid was Glenn's idea. His father, Ray Clemens, owned the general store on the road to town. His customers ranged from the Point folks and the surrounding areas to tourists and summer people. Sometimes Ray wound up with goods that might not be considered legal, but the local sheriff was Parker Clemens, Ray's brother and Glenn's uncle, and every summer boxes of fireworks and firecrackers found their way into Ray's back room.